The latest rumor swirling around involves Microsoft and Nintendo creating a partnership. This fall is going to be an absolutely wild time if even half of the rumors that have been swirling around actually come true when it comes to partnerships and acquisitions. And this latest one here is between Nintendo and Microsoft potentially announcing something in the fall. Now, before we get into this any further, if you guys are new here and you enjoy what you see throughout this video, I would really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow and help grow this community so we can have great conversations in the comments below. So this says here, a somewhat reputable leaker has taken to Twitter to reveal that an announcement about a deal between Microsoft and Nintendo could be incoming this fall, although they provide very little information as to what the potential partnership might actually entail. And again, this comes by the way of Special Ed, who seems to be kind of leaking and spreading rumors about a lot of stuff recently. So hopefully some of the stuff does come true, but he says here the cat seems to be out of the bag on Nintendo and Xbox. You'll hear more in the fall. Now, there's a lot of speculation about what Special Ed is referring to. The majority consensus is that people think this means that Xbox Game Pass is coming over to the Nintendo Switch. And I think that's a pretty logical assumption to make, especially because with Xbox's strategy, they are trying to get Game Pass onto as many things as possible so that you can subscribe to it and get within the Xbox ecosystem. And this would include, I think, the PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch. If Sony and Nintendo were willing to have it, I think Xbox would instantly put the service on there. And the Nintendo Switch being a portable device, having weaker hardware, it would make a lot of sense for Xbox Game Pass to come on there, especially if it supports xCloud. So if I can't handle some of the games that are on Xbox Game Pass, you would be able to just stream it. And we've heard Phil Spencer at the Bethesda Roundtable say that the Bethesda games will be exclusive to anywhere that Xbox Game Pass is, meaning it's exclusive to Xbox. But if Xbox Game Pass were to come on other devices, those Bethesda games would be there as well. Kind of just hinting a little bit that, hey, if Xbox Game Pass were ever to come to a competitor platform, they would be able to get access to Bethesda games via the Xbox Game Pass app. And you can tell how invested Microsoft is into Xbox Game Pass being the future of gaming when Apple kind of shut them out and said, we will not allow Xbox Game Pass on iOS because we can't certify every single game within the service. Xbox and Microsoft said, we're going to go around that and we're going to make a browser integration into iOS, and that should be coming sometime soon, which will give access to tons of people on iOS, especially in North America, where iOS is the dominating mobile platform. Let's go through some of the comments here. This one says, better not be Game Pass on Nintendo or else rip ever owning an Xbox. How are there still people that think owning an Xbox is the point? And that's a thing. I mean, that's something I agree with. It's like the Series X and the Series S are great consoles and I love having them. I may even eventually get another one at some point because they're just built so well. They're quiet, and for the price that you're getting a lot of power out of both of them, respectively, for $299 or $499. But Xbox's main goal isn't sales of a console. That ship has sailed a while ago. They've completely shifted over to subscriptions to their ecosystem, and it makes a lot of sense. The consoles are just a gateway to that subscription, and that's what the focus should be on. Console sales mean nothing right now. PlayStation is still in the business of console sales because they know the PlayStation 5 is going to sell like hotcakes, and they're still pushing that. But we have to remember that these consoles are being sold at a loss, and they're making their money off of the software that is sold from it, off of the additional purchases that get done through their network. And Microsoft is banking on the subscription to Game Pass and to their ecosystem to make them all of that money. This person says here, 80 million Switches in the wild and growing, 80 million potential new Game Pass subscriptions, billions of dollars annually from Nintendo fans. It would be a huge cash in if this were ever to come onto Xbox Game Pass, but I'm sure Nintendo would also be getting a large chunk of money to be able to support the app, and then obviously the initial deal that they would make. So when it comes to partnerships between Nintendo and Xbox, this wouldn't really be something that's like totally out of the blue, because we've already seen stuff between Nintendo and Microsoft. So we've already seen Xbox Game Studios published Ori on the Nintendo Switch. We've seen obviously allowing them to keep Minecraft on there. We've seen Banjo and Kazooie coming to Super Smash Brothers. So they are already in a decent working relationship when it comes to collaborations and having stuff on the other consoles. More so from Xbox and Microsoft bringing stuff to Nintendo, and less so from Nintendo bringing stuff to Xbox. But again, this wouldn't be that surprising. And this also can stem from this picture here, which when I first saw it, people were doing crazy speculation as to what all of this meant. But it seems like the stuff in Phil's background from this picture is becoming more and more prevalent as we are hearing about Kojima and making the next Xbox exclusive game from his studio. And then we see the Nintendo Switch back here, and maybe that's what he is hinting at, that they are working on a partnership with Nintendo as well. And then overall, when it comes to these collaborations between companies, this wouldn't be the first time. So I don't know if you guys remember, but there was this Sony PlayStation, and that was a collaboration between PlayStation and Nintendo, and you would have never thought about that back in the day, let alone think about it now, but that did actually happen. And then there was one that isn't between two video game companies, but there was also the Nintendo Q, or the GameCube Panasonic Q, which was a Nintendo GameCube mixed with a DVD player with Panasonic. So Nintendo is known for doing these kind of collaborative console mixes between different companies. In that case, in that sense, it gives it maybe a little bit more validity that there could be really something out of this, and that maybe Game Pass is coming. Maybe they're going to be working on a game that comes to both Nintendo and Xbox as a first-party IP. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think this E3 coming up is going to be massive for Xbox. We're going to get a ton of news with games, maybe confirming some of these rumors. It's just going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Do you think there will be a partnership between Nintendo and Xbox? And if there is, what do you think that partnership is going to entail? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you are new here and you like what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow and help grow this community so we can have some great conversations in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.